Monday through Friday at 4:30, but this will be our last one for the week. First of all, thank you guys for liking, sharing, continue to like, share, comment. Those things definitely help me out, and they also give me a ton of encouragement, so I really appreciate you guys doing those things for me. And if you're really and genuinely enjoying the content, definitely say that in the comments. You know, if there's anything that you guys would like to see me canvas or talk about, I definitely would like to get you guys' feedback on the things that we're talking about. Again, the TPE is all about progress over perfection. You can find us on YouTube at Alex Seal, and then you can find me on Instagram at Alex_Seal. But today's topic is going to be who's at fault, the classic blame game. You know, a lot of times when things happen or when things go on in our lives that aren't favorable or don't align with what we want, we always are looking for a finger to point or somebody to blame. Sometimes we have to take a step back and really assess, what did we do? You know, what role did we play in this? So number one, when you're talking about, you know, the blame game or who's at fault, we got to take a look in the mirror. You know, we've got to take a look in the mirror and see, you know, how did we contribute to the situation? How did we contribute to the results? How did we, you know, did we contribute enough? Did we make implications? Were there miscommunications on both ends, our ends and the persons or organizations that we're interacting with? What's the problem, and how did I, the individual who is a part of the situation, contribute to the failure? Number two, you know, and here's the thing, when failures and things happen and we're looking for somebody to blame, it's not always all the time negative. There's also lessons that we can learn from these instances. And so when you look at a failure, or when you look at a time where you didn't reach the result, instead of, again, just wanting to blame someone else, look on the bright side and see what lessons were learned during that time. What did you gain from this? And every lesson and everything that you lose in, there's some level of lesson that you can gain from. So to keep that perspective in mind. Number three, you know, how can we next time turn this failure into a success? Aside from the things that you learn from, specifically, what could you have done differently to change the result, to change the outcome, to build the outcome? And lastly, what did you do well in the failure? You know, there is some, you know, again, you might have failed and there was lessons learned from the failure, but there's also things that you probably did that you did well during the time in which you were trying to succeed. So identify those things, and you would never really reach or maximize your potential if you're constantly blaming someone else for your mishaps, or you're constantly blaming someone else for your mistakes or failures. And so you got to start taking some ownership and some accountability for the things that aren't going right in your life. It's not always someone else's fault. At a certain point, if you continue to run into the same set of situations, particularly with different groups of people, you have to start looking at yourself to say, well, what role am I playing in the results that I'm generating? It can't always be someone else's fault. It can't always be because someone else isn't doing X, Y, and Z. So that's that's going to be the TPE daily dose for the week. You guys have a great weekend. Peace.